Good afternoon and welcome to week 2 of our Make a Change Mondays. This program is a part of the Summer Lit League, Cleveland Public Library Summer Reading Program. This week we have Chris Young, an artist from the Center for Arts Inspired Learning, and she is going to walk us through step by step on a craft this week. Chris, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. I am going to let you take the floor and get us started on this week's program.
Great, thank you for having me. I am really looking forward to this also. This will be a first for me. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that you have your little packet of clay. And then you also, if you picked up the supplies at one of the libraries, you should also have a packet of seeds, and they may not be sunflower seeds, they could be some other kind of seeds, but we won't be using them today because you have to wait until the pots are dry, the air dry clay gets dry, and then you can plant. Under the suggested supplies, I asked that you possibly have a plate of some kind. If you don't have a paper plate, you could use a piece of wax paper, or you could just use a tabletop. Just make sure that it's clean before and after you're done with your project. So the first thing we're going to do is take the clay out of the bag, which is the bag's a little small, but we can get it out of there. Having trouble getting mine out. I don't know if you are or not, but there it comes. A little stretchy. Okay, there you go. Now, there you should have a ball of clay like that, and everybody should have a colored ball. You're going to make it into a roundish type sphere, and then you're going to take the clay and pinch it and break it in half. You know, before we get started, I want to show you some samples of some of the pinch pots that had already been done before. We used white clay, so these are not colored, these are white. Well, you can, if you have white, you can just paint them with some acrylic paint. They are still kind of spongy and soft, but this is one. This is another type that was made. And then here's a different shape. And then this is a different one where they took instead of layering around, they rolled them, the coils that we're going to be making. All right, so you take after you've got them in half like this, you're going to take your plate, you're going to put half of it on your plate. You're going to take the other half and you're going to pinch that again. So you have like this, okay? And then we're going to do it one more time. So you're going to pinch it in half one more time. So you should have a ball about this size. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to pinch it so that it's flat. You can make it round, you can make it square, you can make it rectangle or triangle even, whatever shape you want to do. I think I'm going to do an oblong shape for mine. Okay. And then it should be about the thickness of a quarter. Like that should be good. All right, and then you can take it and you can press it on your plate to flatten it out to get some of your finger marks out of it. Like that. Well, there's some fingernail marks on the back, but that doesn't matter too much. So that's going to be the base. So then you're going to put it on your plate. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of one of the other balls that you have laying there, and you're just going to take it and you're going to make a snake. And most everybody knows how to roll a snake. I can't show you how to roll it, but you could just make it so that it's thin like that. And you want to keep rolling it out until it looks like it might fit around your base there. And then you're going to wrap it around the base. I'm going to show you. It's hard to hold it up and do the work at the same time. See, it should look like that. See the first row? All right. And this clay is kind of cool because it really sticks well to itself, but it doesn't stick to your hands. So that's one good thing about this kind of air dried clay. So then you're going to do another one. And you're just going to roll it out. See how it looks? And then you're going to put that on top of the first snake, like that. See? And then when you get it on top there, then you're going to take your finger, and I don't know if you can see it. You're going to take your finger and you're going to pinch all the way around. That's why it's called a pinch pot, because we're doing more pinching here. You're going to pinch all the way around like that. And then it should start, you can start see how the side is starting to form. So you have a side going on. And you're going to do that again. I would say probably maybe one more time. You could, like I said, you could also do, see how this one, it's not, where is it? I just made, the base was made, and then instead of putting the coils or the snakes that we made long ways around the edge, we rolled them into a coil and set them up like that. So you could do that if you don't want to do the same size. Or you can just do like a flat one like this. So you make a fat snake. Let me show you. Take a lot of the clay and you make a fat snake. And then you put it on there. I didn't make it wide enough or long enough. But see, you do that and then you can squeeze it and you don't have to do as many snakes. But if you notice as you go up and you're squeezing it, it wants to flatten out. See how the side is flattening out? But what you have to do is you have to kind of bend the pot in so you can keep those sides straight up. And what I mean by bend, you take let me see, here you go. And you fold it like that. Can you see the fold? And then you just squeeze it with your fingers. Okay. So then you just have to use your hands to kind of form it whatever way you want it to go. Keep working with it till you get it as tall as you want it. And I think on the top of this one, there's some like little decorative balls on the top of this one. I might do that a little bit on on the sides of this. I'm gonna do one more row. Let's see. There's my snake. I'm gonna put him on there. See, there's on there. And I'm gonna squeeze it there. Every time I pick it up, it kind of collapses because it's really flexible dough. All right, so there he is again, and it's starting to fold out again. So I'm going to just take another make another fold. I'm going to squeeze it together. All right. So now I have my pot that's kind of straight up and down now. See, you see it right there? Try to pick it up so on the plate so it doesn't bend all crazy. All right. Now then, I'm going to start making some decorations for it. So I'm going to use the other. See, that was only like half of the dough that I had. I made this pot. Now you can make your pot using all the dough and make a bigger pot if you want. You don't have to stop at this size. You can make a bigger one. You can make it deeper. These are really just starter pots, so that when you plant your seeds, after you start seeing some sprouts, you're going to have to repot it because there's not enough room for the roots to take in here, and it will grow too fast, and then the roots will be all clogged up and it won't grow anymore. So what I'm going to do with this next half, I'm going to just pinch a little bit off, and then I'm going to take some little balls and I'm just going to roll them with my fingers. I don't know, they're not all going to be the same size, but that's okay. So you're just going to take and roll them. And I got 4, 5. They're getting bigger, bigger as I go. All right. We'll put several of them. See, when we just making, I lost count of how many I made. I keep moving over out of the way. Okay, so now there's all of the, let me see if I can hold them up without them falling. See them? Oh, they're on this side. They're rolling off. Okay, so I'm going to take them and I'm going to put them on the top of my pot like this. And really, you don't have to do much with them because, like I said, the clay sticks to itself really well. So then you start to make, you got this little decorative thing going on here at the top. And I think I'm just going to do, see that? How that's going. Oops, I got one stuck there. All right. So then I'm thinking, I got this idea. I'm going to make my pot. Where's it at? Can you see them? I'm going to see all them stuck to the side here. I think I'm going to make, kind of looks like a mouth to me. Well, it's all collapsing now. But I'm going to try to make like a little nose on the top here. I don't know. Let's see. I don't even know how to make the nose. Maybe like that. See? Oh, it's kind of crooked up there. I have to move him over. Move over there, nose. Okay. And then I'm going to take a couple balls, bigger ones, and make some eyeballs. There, like that. So he's looking like he's going to eat the flower when it starts coming out. And maybe the flower, when the flower starts coming out, it'll look like his tongue. I don't know. But so I'm going to do that. Let's see, we've got, make some little pupils in there. I'll hold him up on the plate so he doesn't smush. You see him? Of course, it's going to be sitting like this because it's going to be a pot. And then I'm going to do Maybe some eyelashes. What do you think? I don't know how that'll work. Maybe not eyelashes. I can't figure out how to do that without tools. How about maybe an eyelid, eyebrow? I don't know. How about that? I'll show you in a second because I want to get it on here. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am because I'm just having a ball. And I don't know where Erica went. I can't see her on my screen anymore. So she was going to make one too. But here, oh, where'd you go?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
And I am making my craft.
I can't see your face though.
Let's see.
Okay, so here's mine. Can you see his face kind of thing? So when he's on, it'll look like that when you look down in there. I see a little eye. Okay, so I don't know what else to put on him. Let's see. Maybe I should make him some top row teeth. What do you think? I wish I could see what you guys are making because that would be so much fun just to share what else is going on out there with you. I know Erica's going to give you a hashtag at the end so that you can share it on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to go and take a look at those when we're all done. I'm just making some more little balls because I want to make some top teeth. But all right, there we go. We've got some top teeth possibly coming on. He doesn't have any lips, but that's okay. Doesn't have to have lips. Okay, there's that crazy thing. I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques like I showed you on the already finished pots. So here's my guy. And then when you put the dirt, you're going to put the dirt inside here. And then you're going to put the seeds in the dirt. And then when it grows up, hopefully it'll look like a tongue coming out. I don't know. We'll see. But the one thing about this air dry clay is that if you don't paint it, oh, there you are. Hi, you're back again.
Yep.
The air dry clay, if you don't put some kind of acrylic paint or some liner or something in it, it's very porous. And so the dirt will kind of get stuck in there, and then the water might make the clay kind of soft again. So what I suggest is either put a piece of foil, aluminum foil in there, or a piece of plastic wrap or something to protect, like a barrier between the soil and the actual pot. That way we won't have any problems with it. So the other thing, okay, so I want to show you, if you want to do these, like these coils, see how this one is? I'm not going to do the whole pot. I'm just going to show you how to do that. You're just going to make your little snake again and roll him out. So you should have it about like that. And then you're going to take it and just start rolling him. Roll it up like that. See that? And then you can make a row of them, and that'll be your wall, your side of your pot. You don't have to stick them all on like one at a time, because what happens is they start to kind of fall apart. So here's another one. This is going to be a smaller one than that first one I did. Okay, so there's this one. And then what you do is just take them and you stick them together, just like that. And then you can just make a whole string of a whole long line of them, and then fit them around like this. See how they just go all the way around the bottom?
Chris, how long does it take for the clay to dry? How long should I let this sit out?
It usually takes about 72 hours, so
Okay.
about 3 days. to
Okay.
be perfectly dry before you try to do anything else with it. And that also depends on how thick you make it. So if it's a really thick piece, then it might take a little longer than that. So can they see yours?
Yeah, so mine is just a circle. I tried to make it as simple as possible because I got a late start. But what I want to do, and it's orange, I want to add some designs to it, kind of change it up a little bit. So if someone else got a late start like I did, are they able to like totally, you know, tear this apart and start over or add more designs to it?
Yeah. If you decide that you don't like what you made, you just collapse it back down and start over again. As long as you're kneading it and moving it around, it should stay pretty flexible. It should stay malleable so that you can recreate it several times. After, I would say, about maybe an hour or so of working with it, you might feel it start to stiffen up a little bit.
Okay.
And then that kind of gives you an idea. Okay, it's time to stop. I have to make a decision.
Okay.
I have to this is going to be my final thing.
Okay. This is cool. All right.
So I did. Okay, so then if you want to do handles on it, something like this, you just take a snake again, and you just roll it out, and then you're just going to put that on the side. It's hard to do it and hold it up. So you're going to do that, like, see how it's stuck to the side? And you could even add, so if you decide that you want to go get more of this air dry clay, you can get it at most any craft store, or, you know, a lot of the big box stores and stuff also have it. You can get it online as well. But after it's dry, if you want to add more to it, you just add the wet clay to what's already dried, and then that'll dry too. And then you can have, you know, you can keep adding on to it. So you don't have to worry about whether, oh, it's dry now, I can't add anything. But you can keep adding to your pot. So if you can't finish it, so you started it and then you got to go eat dinner, or you got to go, I don't know, do whatever you got to do, go to work. You can let it sit, even if it dries, and you can come back and add more wet clay to it. But if you're not going to use all of the clay, if you have some extra, if you didn't rip this bag up, you can put it back in this bag. And sometimes when you pull it out of this little tiny bag, it rips, the bag rips. But as long as you have it in a sealed plastic airtight container like that, it should stay moist. You should be able to use it as long as the air is not getting to it. And when you do that, you want to squeeze as much air out of the bag as you can before you seal it. And then it should last a while, so that if you don't finish your project and you have some extra clay and you want to use it to finish a project or to make something else, then you can use it another time. That little bag doesn't seem like it's a lot, but once you get it out and start working with it, it gives you a lot of clay. And I don't know if any of you have made anything like this with the face, but what I did to make the hair was I just pulled little tiny pieces, and it just made little tiny worms like that and just stuck them on there, which I think I want to try to do with the eyelashes on this guy. Because now that I got him like that, I like the eyelash idea.
Okay, Chris, so I took your advice that fast and I demolished my first piece, and I added some handles.
Oh, cool.
That you just showed, so that worked. Thank you.
Can you hold that up higher? I didn't see it.
Yep, I sure can.
There it is. Yeah, see?
That fast.
After it's dry, it's still going to be a little squishy.
Okay.
You can see. So be careful not to squish it too much, because if after it's dry, it will crack. If you try to squeeze, if you squeeze it for some reason, it will crack. But if it does, all you need to do is just put a little bit of white glue on it
Mm-hmm.
and let that glue dry, and it'll be good to go.
Okay.
So the Play-Doh is pretty, this Play-Doh, the clay is pretty forgiving. I mean, you can do a lot with it, and it's hard to really make a big mistake because you can always fix it.
Nice.
So there's eyelashes for the one. I didn't get the other eye done yet.
That's cool. I need to learn how to make that.
It's just, you just gotta use your imagination, because I don't know, I had no idea I was making this guy today. I thought I was just gonna make a regular pot, but he decided that it was time for him to show his face.
Very nice. All right. So the hashtag that Chris mentioned is our Summer Lit League hashtag. So if you were able, and please know, all of the art supplies for Make a Change Monday are available at 5 of our curbside locations. Please go on cpo.org, or you can go on cpo.beanstack.org when you go to register for Summer Lit League. And the list of pickup locations is listed on the website. If you made a craft and you put this on social media, please share this with us. You can use hashtag CLE Lit League. Again, that is CLE, hashtag CLE Lit League. All right. And Chris, is there anything else that you would like to share with us? Any closing comments? Thank you so much for joining us today and showing us how to make this awesome craft.
I had a lot of fun. I don't know, without knowing who's out there doing any projects or any questions that you might have. I tried to cover everything that I could think of that might happen. Uh-oh, I just closed his mouth. I'm still playing with my clay.
Uh-oh, I'm still over here messing with mine too.
Yeah. So the other one thing I do want to mention though is if you have a colored piece of clay like we're using, try not to, when you are working with it, you want to put a plate or something on between you and the countertop or the tabletop, because it says it doesn't stain, but you never know. You don't want to take that chance. So you don't want to have like a purple stain on your finish on your table when you sit down to dinner. Then everybody's going to want to know what happened. So, so you want to put some kind of barrier just to protect yourself. And then as it dries, it's easier to carry, to move around. So like if you're letting it dry in one place and then you have to move it because you have to set the table for dinner, it's easier to pick it up like this and move it than to try to pick this up, because like, as you saw, it really kind of squishes very, very easily.
Well,
So I guess that's my only couple tips.
I appreciate those tips. Thank you so much. And thank you to Center for Arts Inspired Learning for joining us every week for 8 weeks for Make a Change Monday. We appreciate them and the artists that are facilitating these workshops. Again, if you put your art on social media, please hashtag CLE Lit League, and remember to register for a summer reading at cpo.beanstack.org. We have some awesome prizes. We're giving away Apple iPads, Chromebooks, Nintendo Switches. All you have to do is read. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.